What's up, everybody? This is Jason Germino from GameOctane.com, and we have a special, very awesome podcast that's going on today. I do have some awesome friends of mine. Guys, go ahead and introduce yourself before we continue.
All right, this is Ryan from GameOctane.com, the resident Xbox editor, analyst, and then Nintendo fanboy. So, best day ever.
I'll go. I'm Noel. I'm the resident PlayStation fanboy guru, if you will. The faceless one at the moment, but yeah.
Okay, so starting off today, we had a little bit of a news from a kind of a small company. I know a lot of people may not know who it is, but Nintendo decided to drop a bomb. And holy shit, was it a bomb. They decided to come out, and it was like 2 days ago, they're like, hey, you want to know more about the NX? Tune in Thursday. And we're like, what? Thursday? What the hell's Thursday? Like, and all of a sudden, was it 7 a.m.? It was like right at 7 a.m., right? 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Pacific time?
11 a.m. Eastern, so
Boom!
7.
They drop it and say, hey, the NX is next, and it's now called the Nintendo Switch. Which is a pretty sweet looking, pretty cool looking console. I'm not gonna lie, it looks sleek. It doesn't seem to take up much room, which we'll dive into that a little bit more.
Yep.
And it's just a simple video. They don't explain much of anything. So all of the stuff we know about is all the stuff that we're just gonna make up in our heads for the next month until they figure out. We'll get into that later. We'll go into that stuff. So
And that was the rumor, right? I mean, they were saying that it was going to be a Nintendo Direct, and so we're all assuming like it's all the other Directs where it's going to be like 30 minutes talking about all these points, and it's like
they're like 10 people strutting across the stage, be like, oh, bad acting. Hey, Pokemon, what's up? Jazz hands, and that all happens. So starting off, just. Ryan, I'm gonna take you on your first before I jump in. I'll let Noel go in before me too.
Okay, cool.
What was your first impression of the video once it ended? Like, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
It just seems smart. I don't have the numbers with me, which I probably should have brought up, but I mean, arguably the 3DS has sold millions upon millions of copies, right? I mean, Nintendo's bread and butter not only is like all these great, games, but the 3DS and the handheld market, the handheld market, they own it. The 3DS has sold so many, and so many people have it. So having a console that can work at home, you can take it with you, is brilliant. And I really did think it was just going to be almost like an oversized gamepad, kind of like what the rumors are. Mm-hmm. But having it work as a screen instead, with like all those shots you saw in the trailer, it was like 3.5 minutes of just. You have a little kickstand, and you can use the controllers either together or it's just like it's cool. Like I mean, totally gimmicky, but like I love it. I thought it was really, really neat.
But it is a little bit gimmicky, but it's to a point where it's function. Like there's functionality to it. It's not like, oh, we're gonna put this strobe light that flashes and changes colors for no reason. You're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Noel, what'd you think of it?
It's like first initial thought I had was I was just like, sweet, it's a Game Gear. But the more I go through the trailer, it's like, okay, yeah, it's got all these cool features, and then I really actually liked the controller sticks that snap off of it and snap back on, and then I guess at one point in the trailer they show them how you can put them together for like another controller. So it's like kind of has that dual functionality with like multiple, either the two sticks in your hand or the one bigger controller together. And I guess they've got the essentially a third controller, right? Because it's got the actual. Does that use the Wii controller? Do you know, Ryan?
It looks like it's actually a separate one. It says on the you can barely see it in a split second, but it says Nintendo Switch on there on the actual console.
Yeah, it looks like a battery pack. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Like it would charge the controllers while they're on there, and you would like charge that, and that would charge the controller separately because those are wireless, so they have to be charged somehow.
Right. So, and they call those the Joy-Con controllers.
Ooh.
By the way. I know, right? There's an actual name for it. It's pretty
Joy-Con
funny.
for Joy controllers? Or
pretty much,
joystick
like
controllers,
joystick,
maybe?
Yeah, you got it. Joystick
hybrid.
So
that's
yeah,
cute.
Yeah, and that was kind of interesting that you saw the guy on the airplane playing Skyrim with the Joy-Con separated, so you had like one in one
Right,
hand,
right.
one in the other. But then you saw the others have it put together to play
Right,
whatever
yeah.
games they're doing. So
Okay, so me looking at this real quick, I was amazed. Like I saw a lot of I saw a lot of things that like Ryan mentioned already, like the rumors. Okay, well, it's gonna be all screen. There's gonna be no controllers. It's all gonna be screen. It's only gonna take certain things. It's only gonna take cartridges. It's only gonna do this. It's only gonna do that. But the some of the things that I was impressed with, just I mean, not let's get away from the technology for a second. Just Nintendo in general. This is the first console that Nintendo has released in the last 10 plus years that there was no kids
Yeah.
in this commercial. There was no parents, there was no kids. It's just strictly people like us that grew up with Nintendo. It's like, hey guys, we know we kind of fucked up, but look at this badass thing that you won't look like a little kid running around playing Pokemon. Like, this is cool. It looks like a tablet. You can technically be like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you can even hide those joysticks in your pocket and pretend you're watching a game. You're like watching a movie. You're like, oh yeah, this is just a weird anime I'm playing. It's not Monster Hunter, whatever the hell it is.
yeah,
So I
playing
thought
with your joystick in your
that was
pocket.
interesting. It's one of the first times I've seen Nintendo do that. Not have any kids, no families. This is like, hey, we're catering to the people that like spending money on games. We're not going to cater to the people that want to spend $3 on a pack of cards every 10 days or play Farmville for the rest of their life. So I thought that was impressive, first off. Secondly, I liked the idea of the dock. I think that is amazing. One thing I think by having it drop into the dock and have the controllers, disconnect, connect to that, I'm going to call it a power pack. I don't know what the hell it is. Or play them separately. I think that was a really slick idea. But I was wondering, like we were talking about earlier, is what happens, like, if you shake it, how easy those things come off? Like, is your screen going to fall out of those sticks? Like, is there a clip? We don't see the back of this controller, so we don't know how this thing clips into it. Is it just friction? Is it just click like a magazine in a gun? We don't know. We don't know how it works. But it seems really easy to come off. Like, the girl just put her finger on it and slid it off. Yep. So if you're like, damn this game, in range, is that thing gonna fling out? Like, I want to know how that works.
It may not support rage quit. Just saying.
It better. It damn well better if I'm gonna be touching that thing. But does anyone else have any add on like the hardware, like what they think about the initial hardware stuff before we dive into other?
Well, the graphics are the NVIDIA Tegra mobile processor, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and assume it's like the upgraded version of that, or maybe not, or
It's proprietary, so they have one just like specially made for the Switch.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
Which
so
is pretty cool.
so
I mean, it could be. It's weird. There's a lot of questions.
Well, they have
obviously,
a, I mean, they have a history of, I mean, not really kind of underpowering their systems to begin
Yeah.
with. I mean,
mhm.
Yeah, I was pretty excited to see Skyrim, but then, is that like the 360 or the PlayStation 3 version of Skyrim?
Yeah,
like
it didn't say
Yeah.
if those were simulated screens or not. I wasn't sure if that's what next thing I was going to get into. I didn't know if there's actual gameplay. We saw Zelda. We know what Zelda looks like, and Zelda looked like Zelda. We saw a new Mario, which looked pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, the platform
now they
looked pretty
had,
clear.
I mean, now they had the basketball game too that they showed.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's like the NBA 2K17, whatever it is.
mhm.
And so I guess the multiplayer maybe aspect of that is they had the two consoles or the Switch devices kind of mirrored of each other with the two devices and the guys playing or whatever.
Yeah, it's probably going to base
so-
off the same technology like the 3DS has now. The ad hoc technology where you can
Okay,
just stand
gotcha.
next to someone and you can basically just you can trade Pokemon or little things like that.
Right.
With them. So one other things I had a question on, and someone brought this up in chat real quick. It looks like it has good horsepower, meaning as it looks like it has enough juice to play some good games. It's got some really good 3D in it. When Mario and Zelda's running around, there weren't any really like crazy draw distance issues like snapping in and stuff like that. So what's the battery life going to be on this thing? That's one thing we don't know. We don't know how long that is. You see this dude taking on an airplane. Who knows? But it's very possible that these new right now some of these new graphics cards physically smaller and they use less energy.
Yeah.
And because it's smaller, it'll have less, like it'll be cooler and blah blah blah. It's this new stuff they're coming out with. So, is it possible that this thing could have multiple hours of battery life? Because I think the Wii U right now has about 3 or 4 hours before it starts getting a little crazy. It's not only that; it's going to be the controllers too. That's another thing I was kind of worried about. I do want to see more on the dock. I want to see the dock up close because on one of the screenshots, it looked like it had like USB ports on the side. And I want to know how much that dock costs because, like, if I have more than one TV in my house, if I can get a couple of those docks and have the one console, I can play that anywhere. Like I'm like, oh cool, oh someone wants to watch TV, I'm just gonna take it to the bedroom, click it in, and then I'm playing again.
Right.
Like, and there's no. It looks like there's no pausing or stopping. Like it's an instant click, switch a screen, click it back in, it pops back up on the big screen. That part looked really slick. That's what I thought was pretty cool.
Right. So with the battery, like again, because we're all guessing at this point.
Yeah.
But what would be acceptable to you guys? Like if they came out and said 3 hours. Would that like diminish your excitement, or would you be okay with that?
I think 3 hours would be. I think you should be able to do better than 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know what this device can do. I'm assuming it's going to have wireless. There's no explanation on that. I'm assuming it's going to have ad hoc. I'm assuming it's probably going to have Bluetooth. And like today's tablets can last for hours. And some of them have like cell phone chips built inside of them, which can still last to 8 hours. Granted, they're not processing as much as this little thing could be, but I would hope it would be close to the realm of like 6, 7, 8 hours. Would be ideal for a hardcore gamer because if you're out on the road, you'll be okay. But how often are you going to be 8 hours somewhere with not being able to charge? I mean, you can just dock it somewhere. So, I would like it to be a long time because it'd be cool to take it to work. But
what?
What? No. But
no. Come on.
But I think somewhere I would say 5. Anything 5 or higher would be cool. I don't think I'd be disgusted with the way it plays out that way.
Or at least if they have some kind of charger that you could just install right into the screen, so you can charge it like if you're on the go. Then
I'm sure there has to be.
Yeah, like 5.
There has to be because if they say they want you on the go, I mean you can't take that dock with you. So there's got to be a different way to charge. There's got to be another way to set that up like that. There has to be. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense if there isn't.
No, that's true. So yeah, it's just a lot of questions, but I mean, what they showed was for me, it was great.
Yeah, you know? I am stoked on it. A couple of the things that I liked was the Pro controller. They had the larger controller that you can use, and so you can kind of leave those other sticks. I did not like how small those sticks were when they held them singly. Like I have some monster like fucking hands. Like
they looked pretty small, yeah.
And you're playing like this. Granted, you may not need that much. You're not going to be playing the game like that probably at home. I'm assuming if you really want to do 2 players, you'll get a couple of those Pro controllers or something, and that'd be a much better solution. But like they're playing in the back of the taxi cab, you can't expect them to start breaking out controllers and stuff like that. So I thought that was a kind of a cool idea. But they are small. I mean, granted, they are.
I was just doing some quick searching here, and actually I'm basically figuring that if we were to compare it to anything, it'd be the NVIDIA Shield tablet, based on the graphics that it has in it. But the NVIDIA Shield is saying optimized setting for battery is almost 2 hours, if that was playing Half-Life 2, and then battery saving mode would be almost 4 hours, and streaming is about streaming just video content is about 7.
I would expect this to be higher than that.
Yeah.
I just
Right.
just Nintendo wise and how they, like Ryan already mentioned,
Well,
they
and the
know the
graphics
mobile
too.
market. They know what people need and what they want mobilely.
Yeah.
So I think they should have a step up on other companies. Just in theory, I could be wrong. The thing can come out with an hour and a half battery life, and we're all pissed off. I mean, we
And
don't,
I'm saying, well, and I'm probably figuring too that, like, Nvidia Shield did their test here with the Half-Life 2 or whatever. I'm assuming that's probably better graphics and more of a battery hog than, Mario Kart's going to be or whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you think about it, computer games are always going to take more resources than what these games are going to be, because there's a lot more things running PC wise, because that's basically what it is, right? It's a PC, a little Tegra tablet. It's Windows based, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe more like Android or Windows. I don't know. I think there's different models, but yeah.
Yeah. So if you're playing Half-Life 2, you have to have either Linux or Windows or Mac, I think. So if you have Windows on there, you're gonna have Windows 10. You're gonna have a bunch of other crap running in the background, like antivirus and scans and
Antivirus.
I mean, all that stuff is running on. I mean, it's running whether you have antivirus or not. You have the Microsoft built in, unless you went and turned it off. Nintendo shouldn't have that in theory. In theory, they shouldn't. So I'd hope it would be higher than that. I really hope it'd be higher than that, because otherwise they'd be shooting themselves in the foot to release something like this and it only lasts an hour and a half. That'd be the biggest fail in gaming history, probably. To bring something out that looks like that and you only can play an hour and a half. That doesn't make any sense.
How big do you think that screen is? Like the size of like the Wii U pad?
Yeah.
Okay. It just there was like the scene in the Volkswagen where like the two guys were playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And they were hunched over and like
compared to the headrest
trying
in
to
the car.
watch it. I'm just like, how small is that bad boy? If that's what
I want to say it's probably like a 7-inch screen. I think it's 7 or 8-inch tablet. Just by looking at it, I mean, it's not massive. It's not massive in any way, but it looks bigger than a cell phone. So
it's definitely not. I'm thinking it's definitely not bigger than 8.
Yeah, I would say 7 or 8. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be, the way Nintendo does things, you'll have Nintendo Switch XL. And, oh shit, you have an inch and a half bigger and an extra colored button on the fucking side of it. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
That's coming Christmas 2017.
Christmas 2017, Black Friday.
That's right.
So
we'll all buy the small one, the launch one in March, and then the brand new one.
And
will
then
come
return
out.
it, and then go back. Okay. So
oh yeah.
Besides the hardware that looks cool, and we already kind of stoked on it, which we haven't got up close and personal with some of the controllers and stuff yet. So just bear with us. We don't know anything. We don't know as much as you guys do. But let's talk about the software. Let's talk about the third-party companies that when the Wii came out and the Wii U came out, they're like, "Hey, Nintendo, you're dumb. We're jumping ship. We're not going to make stuff for your convoluted ass system. That's not going to work out." That all came back. I mean, we're talking EA. They haven't been an EA game in a Nintendo console since like the crappy Madden back on the regular Wii. You have Konami, you have Sega, you have Epic Games, Warner Brothers, Ubisoft, which Ubisoft and Warner Brothers I think has already been developing with them for a while. Big one, Square Enix, Bethesda, Atlas with a lot of anime JRPGs going to come out of those guys. Anything else you guys can see on that list?
I mean, just going through the list, I mean, Sega Games, Konami, Maximum Games, Havoc, Epic Games, Codemasters, 505
Activision.
Games.
That's
Activision.
they've done a lot, but I think
Now,
they're gonna pick up.
But all the companies' names they dropped, are these confirmed companies making games, or are they just maybe companies that are interested?
They're official Nintendo
games?
Switch partners.
Yep.
Okay.
And on the press release, it says that these are some of the publishers. So
Gotcha.
there's still some that have not been.
I think they called it a sampling. The sampling of Twitch or the Switch partners. But these are the ones that people buy games for on other consoles. Let's face it. Like this is what Nintendo's been missing for the last 2 consoles. This is stuff that is gonna hopefully bring it back and get people excited to play games on Nintendo again. Because hey, I love Fallout. Cool. oh, let's play it somewhere else. I don't have to sit on my computer and play it. I can play it anywhere. Like, that just seals the deal on a lot of stuff right there. Granted, is it going to be powerful enough to play it? We're not going to know. But they keep talking about Skyrim. People are talking about Skyrim all day long. Skyrim's a massive game. Like that. That's no joke.
Right.
And especially with the new supposed game media. There's no discs, it looks like. I don't see a disc on the side because the only side that clicks are the controllers. They look to have cartridges again. You see when the guy's in the airport, he like sits next to that chick. You can pick up chicks now with this Nintendo Switch. I mean, it's one of the greatest devices out there. Why would you not have like 9 of these? You see him push it. You push like I can tell it's like an SD card. That's what it looked like. He pushed it in the back, clicked it on,
I'm thinking it's just some sort of small SD card.
But I think they're gonna go off and start using those instead of discs again. I think that because that was a huge rumor for a long time, and Ryan and I were talking about this, where they're talking about going back to cartridges where they don't need discs. Discs cost more than cartridges now, because a DVD is a maximum of 8 gigs on a DVD disc, or you can get 60 gigs on a flash drive, for pennies. Like it's not worth using discs anymore. It's an outdated medium. So if they go back to this cartridge type system, I think that's going to be really cool. The problem is those cartridges are not very big.
Nope.
And if they're like spring loaded, you're going to be sitting there and be like, oh, you're like, ding, and the thing's going to shoot off. It's going to shoot off across the room. And you're like, well, fuck, the vacuum's going to find a way to go, Pokemon. So, but
sorry, Ash.
I think I'm excited about that. And then, does anyone have a problem with cartridges, or you think you miss your old discs? You want to go to cartridges? Are we gonna have to blow on them? Little blow before you put them in. I mean, how's that gonna work out?
Just for nostalgic reasons, I don't have a problem with cartridges. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna come out with some awesome embroidered like Nintendo logo case to hold your cartridges in or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta pay $12.99 to hold 6 games. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's happening.
Oh, it's always good. Nintendo's the king of accessories.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the type of person you are. I mean, if you lose small things a lot, then yeah, cartridge or SD cards are going to be a problem. But I don't have a problem with it.
But again, this is being marketed to like older. I'm not going to say mature gamers because we are in no way mature. but like you're talking about people that take good care of this stuff. Like you've been playing cartridges for years. You've been playing CDs. Like you always return them to the stores, trade them in. They're like, oh, is this brand new? Like, no, I've played it for like 80 hours. There's no scratches on it, homie. So I think the cartridges could be a good step because then it's going to get away and allow people to put more information on a smaller area. Yeah. I'm surprised that companies aren't doing that. They keep going discs and discs and discs, which makes sense on the home systems where you got the Blu-ray players and stuff. But Nintendo's like, fuck, people already have Blu-ray players somewhere. I'm not gonna spend extra money putting that technology in this thing, which could make the price point hopefully cheaper than what today's consoles are, which we'll dive into if anyone else has anything else you want to go over, or it's something I brushed over.
A couple things popped up in the chat. Yeah, one says it's cool with carts, small, fast load, no need to pre-install to internal storage. Yeah.
I mean, as a gamer, I'm fine with it. As a father, I'm terrified. But which it's fine. It's okay. It's gonna be Daddy's console. So.
Yeah, kids.
They can have the Wii U.
You can play with the Wii U, which is now outdated, and be gone with that. So one of the biggest heartbreaks of the Nintendo world, and we just recently ran into this because we're trying to do reviews of some of the Wii U products, but the problem is that you can't transfer your goddamn Nintendo ID. Like, I have a GameOctane ID. I want to put the review on there, and anyone can come play it. The problem is that you can't do that. The thing is attached to your device. So, is this going to be the same? Or is there even going to be digital download on this thing? Is there even any storage space on this? We don't know. We don't know how this is going to work yet. We can't answer it. But I really hope they take in thought and have some way to do that. Because if this thing gets damaged, because it's a literal screen, if it breaks, how are you going to get information off of it? How are you going to transfer it somewhere else? How are you going to get into that type of technology if you're not even if it's people are still having the same issues we've been having for the last 5 years, which it just doesn't it blows my mind. So that's something we really, really, really hope they fix, not fix, they rethink and redo and get that going again. Do you guys have any wish lists on this? Like, what would you want to see come out of this device?
Oh man, I mean everything. I saw a new Mario, which reminds me of like the old, Mario 64 type.
He didn't have any gadgets with him, which I like.
No,
it looks like an old
sunshine.
There's no goddamn vacuum. There's no goddamn water blower. There's none of that stuff. He looks like Mario running, and he runs like this. He runs with his arms out, like he jumped and like landed like this. I don't know if that was because he was catching speed, but he was doing a little anime like hands up, wings.
Yep. He did the triple jump that you saw in the 64, which is one of the best Mario games of all time. Mm-hmm. So having like a few seconds of footage was perfect. Zelda, obviously, Zelda's gonna be. It's looking like a launch title for the NX, which is smart.
The Switch, not the NX, not the NX no more.
Oh well, Project. Oh.
I'm gonna admit, I like the NX still. I'm not exactly sold on the Switch, but that's okay.
Is Will Smith gonna do a Switch song? Is that gonna be their? Is that they're gonna do their next Treehouse? Turn it over and switch. Okay. Sorry.
How white are we?
That was way too much.
That Will Smith is a fine gentleman. I like his music.
Continue, please.
Anyway, I mean, we're gonna have, I'm sure, all the titles. There is gonna be some horrid Mario Party on the NX. There's gonna be some. Well, actually, hang on. Can you imagine Mario Party if you get multiple screens together to like enlarge the game board? Like have it go on one screen and then the other. And
Wait, you're talking about putting them on a table and they become a bigger board? Get the fuck out right now.
Oh yeah, I will, because it's not going to happen. But what if? What if it could happen?
It could.
It would be amazing.
It could. It's ad hoc. You're not using any other wireless. It's not going to depend on your router. It's going to talk. It
could be really cool. And because, they also did say that, it wasn't in the trailer, but it looks like there will be some amiibo support for the Switch.
The girl had amiibo next to it when her friends were like, "Hey, come across the street and bring your cool shit you just bought because we're all poor on this side and come bring it."
But yeah, by the way, if that's me, I'm like, hell no. I'm keeping this in my home. I'm playing it. You guys can buy it.
Go buy your own. We'll play wirelessly.
Actually, on that note, about 11 hours ago, IGN confirmed that there is amiibo support for the Switch.
Yep.
And clarifies additional features.
I'm assuming because they have to bring those in because people spent so much money on those. The problem is it's tanked. The market for amiibo has tanked so much. It's so sad. Like now they're like Walmart's like $5, 5 for 2. I don't give a shit. Get them off my goddamn show.
They're all Animal Crossing ones too, But I'm like, for me, I am excited. Oh, look at that.
Little Mac for you? Yeah, so it's still in the box.
I, for one, am probably going to focus more on the first-party games than Nintendo games, so I'm excited for what's going to come out. I mean, it's cool that there's going to be third-party support. I'm just going to see what it looks like, because if Bethesda's going to put out a game, I'm most likely going to get it on like the Xbox or PlayStation instead of the Switch. But again, it's exciting to have that option. So it's man, I can't wait. March is around the corner. So we'll
March is not
soon.
March is not that far. I think that's really awesome. I'm hoping, of course, pre-orders are going to open up because I think the world is knocking on everyone's door trying to figure out when this pre-order is going to hit.
The NES Classic's supposed to come out next month, and the pre-orders still haven't come out for that bad boy.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was told to buy one as soon as I could from my wife, which I'm not going to argue with her because I want that son-bitch. So
I want it too.
Yeah, as soon as
it in
that
my
comes
car.
Do it.
Sir, were you texting and driving? No, I was beating level 8 on Mario, so go fuck yourself. Yeah. I fell in a hole because of you, asshole. So
the law says I can't play Nintendo and drive.
There's nothing in the law saying that. I'm not texting. Anyway, so any wish list, Ryan, that you would absolutely love to see, besides what you kind of already mentioned, is there something that you absolutely want to see?
Oh,
100%.
man. I mean, I hate saying this, but
Uh-oh.
because the HD remake craze kind of bugs me a little bit. There's a lot of just classic Nintendo games that I would love to see like revamped for this. You know, like I don't know, Chrono Trigger. Give me a Chrono Trigger remake or HD remake.
I want to agree with you on that, but I'm going to change it, and I want to have them make collections. I'm tired of buying single remakes. I want to have like, hey, this is the top 50 Nintendo games of all time. Cool.
Yes.
Now I don't have to buy them again. I don't want to buy the same game over and over again. Like I have a cartridge like in my closet. I have it on the Wii. I have it on my DS. I have it on the goddamn Wii U. Like, and they're all not going to transfer because of this convoluted bullshit they have. But hopefully that works. So with the other thing that I'm going to jump ahead real quick, or I'm going to say what I hope. I hope. Ryan, do you have a 3DS?
Yes.
I hope that this has Street Pass. The NFC, where if you're in an area of someone, they'll talk to each other, and then you'll get like bonuses to certain games and stuff like that. Do you ever use that on the 3DS?
You know what? I've only used it like a couple times, but it is pretty damn cool. So I would be cool with that. That'd be awesome.
So I used it. I didn't go all crazy on it, but I took it with me on a couple trips. And then airports, it's a gold mine because there's so many people with these things in airports, and all you're doing is just tagging people the whole time. And I think that'd be cool because it's small enough to put in like your bag or something, and have games make you want to go out and meet people. Kind of like what Pokemon Go did for the first week that everyone was playing and kind of died off. Like you went out, you talked to people, you're like, dude, just Pokemon, it's super awesome. But like this, you technically don't need to talk to someone. You just need to be in an area where there's a bunch of nerds and be like, oh, my Nintendo just talked for a quick second. I brought your character over in whatever game, or like Animal Crossing did. You actually download the person's house, so you can go into his house and buy the things that he has, or you can hang out and see how his house is laid out. Or you can do, stuff like that. I think that'd be cool. That'd be a social aspect that no current console has besides the 3DS, and I think that'd be a cool feature on this if it can get that to work.
And I don't see how they can't. I mean, like if it works for the 3DS and the 2DS, like it's got to be able to be.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be there because they showed those guys playing the basketball game right next to each other. So I mean, if that was synced together and they're playing 2-on-2, there should the Street Pass shouldn't be a problem. And I think that'd be a kind of a cool feature to bring back if that's in the cards. That's all. I'll leave it at that because who knows? We don't know anything else on that. What about you? Know anything anything that would get you to buy this thing right now? Because you just blew all that money on that PSVR.
I know,
sucker.
I'm not buying anything new at the moment.
You got till March.
But yeah, right.
You got tax returns
next year.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a sweet trade-in deal. So you could probably get like $20 for your Wii U, and it'll go towards the Switch.
Right.
Yeah, you'll get $25 and like a gift card to Sam's Club or something stupid like that.
Extra 10% on your trade-in at your local GameStop. I'm always a big fan of anything Resident Evil. That'd be cool to see more of that.
Nope.
Obviously, I mean, I don't have a Nintendo device, but I mean, last Nintendo device I've owned was the original Wii, which we all know how much of a failure that was.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's just I mean, Mario Party, that's gonna be super fun. Man, some friendships like it did before, but hey, those games get pretty intense.
They weren't worth to being friendships to begin with. That's how I was like that.
Pretty much.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe buy my now. Actually, speaking of buying it, obviously there wasn't mentioned a price.
Oh no.
Yes, that was the next thing I was going to dive into. There's
What are you guys
been
thinking?
no price yet.
No.
So, Ryan, how much would this price tag need to be for you to seriously consider it and drop money on it right now?
Oh man.
Note card down, purchase, done.
I mean, I want it to be 300.
Okay.
It's not going to be 300.
You don't
There's
know.
no way.
See,
No, it's.
No.
I get this bad like Xbox One vibe where like they overpriced it at first. So.
Well, they
it's
weren't
like,
overpricing it. They just didn't want to take a hit on it like Sony was. And
No, yeah, that's
and
true.
Sony just sold enough of them to start making a profit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of told them over.
No, if we can stick to 300 or 350, I'd be down. I'd be okay with that.
I would say the price on something like this would probably be around, like you said, probably about 350. I don't think it was going to go any higher than that because it would already priced itself out. Granted, the first batch will always sell out. People are always going to buy that first batch. I mean, how much is the Wii U right now?
Right now it's 300, but it's gone as low as 250.
So let's just assume it's going to cost a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
So 350, 400 is probably a pretty close. I would say probably closer to 350 to keep in the range because it doesn't have a Blu-ray player, which the Xbox and the PS4 has, and that would just be a $50 price trap. In my head, I would just think that's what it would be.
And something else I think that's going to affect the price, in my opinion, is how many games are going to be available at launch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we know about Zelda, but they're going to have to start trickling down some information about some launch titles. Because, you know, if it's just Zelda, then it better be like $300. You know, just
We've probably got the 6 games that were in the trailer, and that's probably about it.
Hey, I'm okay with Mario. I'm cool with that. I'll buy both.
Yeah, no.
NBA can take a flying leap, but like Mario and Zelda, I'm down.
Yeah, I think for sure, obviously Zelda's going to be a hit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 2 versions of the console. Like I said, a larger screen, but I can't see that down the road. I don't think that'd be right off the bat. I think once the technology gets easier and cheaper and they're mass producing this more, you're probably going to get a bigger screen. And like I said, I want to know what the price of that dock is, if you can buy that dock separately, because then you can just put it anywhere. Or like say your friend can't afford one, but he can pay for the dock. Boom, you just bring it over and you guys are having a party at his house. So I think it'd be a really cool idea to have that kind of feature built into it. But again,
I would love that.
we don't know. We don't literally know anything.
Right.
Noel, what do you think about price?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, you obviously want to say between that 350 range, but at the same time, if you think about it, also from the idea that it's a mobile platform, essentially is what they're shooting for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, could it be that maybe it'll be in the 250 range because it's mobile, but it's got all those extra features too. So I mean,
it's
the
kind of hard to
features
tell.
And it's the. I mean, you saw the graphics; they weren't shabby.
Yeah. No, they definitely weren't.
The only thing that I can see it being a lower price range if this isn't a touchscreen, and that is not mentioned and it's not shown in the video. That if this is a touchscreen, if it's not a touchscreen, it would save so much more money. And considering you have like 19 buttons on this goddamn thing already, you shouldn't have to use a touchscreen. I mean, you literally just do a couple flicks and you're done. But
whether it's touchscreen or not, I don't think they marketed it to appear to be a touchscreen. I mean,
well, we don't know. We don't know.
I was half expecting like motion controls, so them just like moving it around to move the guy, but I didn't really get that either.
Yeah, they haven't explained. I mean, there could be games where there's a accelerometer in there, and you're driving. I can see that. I can see that happening. I can see those little sticks maybe have some motion in them too, because the Wii controllers already do, and they're only about maybe that much bigger. They're only probably 2 inches bigger than what's on those things right now, because that looks like a Wii controller basically, like the size of it.
The sticks will attach to the all-new steering wheel accessory you can buy for $29.99.
Let's just be honest. You're excited to take this and go take a dump with it because you don't have to worry about being within 20 feet of your Wii U. You can go anywhere. Slow clap. The first console you can take a dump with. In beautiful, beautiful HD.
and my Switch controller is gonna be just filthy.
I'm getting 2 sets just for that reason. I'm gonna keep them in the bathroom drawer.
You got your bathroom set?
Yep.
Oh.
Sorry, those are the guest bathroom set. These are mine on this side.
Yeah, these are mine.
We're gonna have 4 pairs of this thing.
I just want it to make that snap sound. That's all I want, just like in the trailer.
Yeah.
Just really loud and just that's all I want.
Turn it over and switch. Sorry. So I think we wrapped it up. Does anyone else have any last bits or fun tidbits or wish lists or anything they want to get off their chest before this thing?
There's just so much potential. Just like playing Mario Kart, playing Smash Brothers, just having a bunch of screens, and you guys just have your own screen and playing multiplayer games. Splatoon could be really fun, like all as a group. There's so much potential, so many questions, but right now I'm all in. I'm excited, and I'm sure Nintendo's gonna say something that's gonna piss me off or be like, oh great, thanks Nintendo, but I'm all for it. I'm down.
No.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the Nintendo, but I mean, that's.
Has this got you excited?
It looks like a really cool for the fans that will enjoy the console. I mean, it looks like the fans that they're targeting the console to. It looks like it's a really nice console and very innovative with the controls and setup and different options they have for playing the games. Because obviously you got the TV dock, the little car headrest deal, to be in the car mobile with that, and I mean further past that is just a very versatile system.
Okay, and me, as soon as I saw the guy playing it on the couch, I'm like, okay, this doesn't look anything fancy, and then he clicks into it and walks off. I'm like,
say
what?
word.
Did he just take Zelda with him away from that TV and let his dog run around in the park without a leash while he's playing Zelda? It really
So
just happened.
dangerous.
The transition seemed almost seamless. Like it just pick up.
Was that
and
movie
go.
magic, or was it like, please wait?
Yeah, exactly.
Please wait. Please wait. Douse Light controller 2. Please wait. Initializing. You may now go. Fucking Nintendo.
They cut out all the fuck this crap. It's not loading.
Yeah.
There it goes.
I am super excited for this. Any new technology I get really excited over because this just means more competition and allows more innovation for all companies. Like the PSVR, I don't see this getting a VR anytime soon, but I think this has enough gimmicks and horsepower to hopefully drive Nintendo to where they need to be and where they should be as an overall company. They may not take over the Xbox, they may not take over the PS4 with this, but I think they're going to get themselves back in the game if they can do this properly. If you're able to play the 3DS games on this, which hasn't been announced, that'd be kind of cool. So you don't have to worry about buying it. You can play it on a bigger screen, but that's going to kind of ruin the touchscreen and the 3D stuff. It's it's going to change a little bit of it, but you can play them on the 2DS though, right? Yeah, so you shouldn't.
Yeah, most of them, you can. There's only a couple that you can't.
So that'd be a cool option. That'd be kind of a cool option to try something like that, because I can see it working if maybe you flip the screen, have it horizontal, and then you can have like the 2 screens on it if you wanted to do it that way. But again, it's all pipe dreams. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to do anything, but we will keep in touch with everyone as soon as we find out more. And I think that's it. We're going to wrap it up, unless anyone else has anything to say.
Was there any comments or questions in the chat or anything?
Dragula, he mentioned that it's cool that they showed Skyrim, but to get that excited over a game that was over 4 years old already, to be able to run on a new console, it says a lot about the history of Nintendo's console's horsepower. So
right.
They're technically saying this console's already 4 years behind a PC. If you take it that way. But again, who knows? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what the specs are. As soon as we get that, we'll let everyone know.
That'll be the big thing. That it's just horsepower and battery life will be the top 2. I think that we need to report on as soon as the specs come out.
I think that's what everyone's asking about: the power, how much power it's got, the battery life, and how the games work. Like, are they for sure cartridge? Are they going to be digital? because there's clearly no other input device on this besides a USB, which I don't think they're going to give you flash drives for.
Right. But at least for right now, it's a win. Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's a win for Nintendo.
You got everyone talking about it. You got the hype going. Yeah. Everyone's stoked. If they
like, I got more excited about this trailer than the Red Dead, trailer. Like, I mean,
that's another podcast.
That's a whole. It's a whole another show. That's a whole another show.
Tune in next time.
Anyway, thank you everyone so much for listening and/or watching this. Again, follow us on GameOctane.com. Get all the new news. We have this article up about the Switch, as long as some of the other cool reviews we have coming out. We have a lot coming up this month. November's going to be a big month for us, especially with the holidays coming. Yeah, we're going to have some cool stuff coming out. Be sure to keep following me on Twitch. Follow Drew on Twitch. Follow Ryan on Twitch. You can find it all on the GameOctane website. And follow... Go ahead.
Just a reminder, we do have a giveaway on the Facebook, on our Facebook page right now.
We do.
So little Halloween themed giveaway.
Get up on it. Get some free game. Free couple games or one game.
3 games. So 2 winners are gonna get 3 games: Worms WMD, Carmageddon Max Damage, and Prison Architect on a console of their choice.
Yeah, console of your choice. So, that's gonna be amazing.
You just gotta get a little creative. Yep. Show us your Halloween spirit, and it's all good.
Which I know you guys got. Ain't gonna be hard.
Yep.
Should be really nice. But again, GameOctane on Facebook, GameOctane on Twitter, GameOctane on Podbean, GameOctane on iTunes. Follow us, love us, live us. YouTube. Forgot about that too. Ryan, show everyone what they can where they can find you at.
All right. So I'm on Xbox Live. I'm Sprechen Sie Dick.
God damn.
I had to do it. But I'm on Twitch sometimes. I gotta get on there more. But Rybig1 is where I am on Twitch. Other than that, though, GameOctane Ryan on Twitter, and I'm also on Facebook. So, man, and on the website, we have our contact information on the website. You can shoot us an email or leave a comment on an article, and we'll talk to you through that too.
Yeah, Noel?
Yeah, I'm on PSN, Mason DLM, Twitter, O'Doyle Rules 83. Couldn't pass taking that name up either.
O'Doyle Rules.
Twitch, I kind of hang out with these guys on Twitch. Klutz Leo, Duncan Honet. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in the Twitch realm.
We don't have you streaming yet, but he just got the PSVR, so we got to find a way to get his ass online and
get on it
and show that gorgeous piece of shit again.
I will be.
And as always, I am Jay Stromino, aka Klutz Leo. You can just Google that and probably find my whole life history back till I was like 12 years old. So, Twitter, Twitch, PlayStation, Xbox, Wii U. If you have a device, put that name in there. You'll probably find me. Thank you guys again so much for listening to us. This was a real quick stream and podcast. Love you guys so much. Thank you again, and we will catch you guys. We will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Peace.
Thank you.